Hello everyone and happy November. In this video, I will be going over my finances from the month of October. We're already a few days into November, so of course I'm due for an update from the previous month. October flew by just like every other month, but we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. And I do want to share numbers that I typically would share in my older videos, but haven't been just because I've been saving for my student loans and not actively paying them down. So before, I used to share how much debt I had paid off over the month. I'm going to be going over all of the numbers in just a moment, but the total student loan savings balance I ended with was $10,557.36. So I do have that just in a savings. It has not been applied to my student loans, which is at $36,000, but I'm still just keeping track of it as if I am paying it off. Last month, my total student loan balance was at $26,375.06, and now it's at $25,442.64. So that means in the month of October, I paid down $932.42 of student loans, or I saved that much, and that's how much more I have for me to make a lump sum payment when I need to. If you ever want to see like a nice sort of progress, then you should definitely check out my blog because I do a monthly update on there. That's actually one of the main posts I've only been keeping up with on my blog, and you'll see the numbers drop. I have numbers on my old blog from like 2018. So if you're interested, I have literally written a post every single month since May or June of 2018. Now I want to get into the money goals that I had set for October and see if I accomplished those. So the first one was to it was to save at least $10,000 for my student loans, and I did achieve that. As you just saw, I have over $10,500 actually, so over 500 more than I expected to, which is really good and obviously puts me a lot closer to being debt-free. And a big chunk of this was just made at the end of the month. So October transfer Tuesdays were pretty slow, but the final day, the payday of October is when I made a larger transfer, which you guys saw on my last transfer Tuesday, and that really saved me for the month. So I did achieve that goal. My next goal was to make at least $1,000 online, and I did do that. So in October, I made $1,258.91. If you're interested in where that money came from, I will be filming my online and extra income video, of course, and that should be up in a few days. But that's a pretty decent amount, more than I've made in like a couple of months. So always happy about that. Side hustle income is amazing. My next goal that went along with that was to make enough in October so that I would be paid out $1,500 in November. Now, obviously November's not over. I'm not really sure yet, but I don't think that this is going to happen. So I did make a few changes. I updated my blog, a few things on my blog, but those won't really reflect any difference until 3 months later because of the way the ads work. The main thing I really had control over was coaching, and let's see, I guess like maybe I could try to find sponsors or something. That didn't happen. And then YouTube. So I did upload a couple more videos than I typically do, and I actually wanted to upload another one in October, but I didn't get around to it. So it really wouldn't have pushed me over the mark. I don't think I'm gonna reach 1,500 in November, but maybe I'll be close. I'll definitely get over 1,000 like I usually do. At least I'm pretty positive I will, but not quite that 1,500 mark where you're still gonna keep working toward that. I also was talking about in my October budget how I wanted to just focus on spending less money. Definitely no spending like on personal stuff, and that did not happen. I did not do well in October. There's a lot. You will see in my expenses how much I spent, and it was in multiple categories. A lot of it I didn't have too much control over, like when it came to my health and dogs and such, but yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the numbers. So I am going to be sharing my screen. If you are interested in the spreadsheet, then it will be linked down below, and you can make a copy of it for yourself and use it for your budget tracking. All right, so here's October. As always, we're gonna start with my income, and this is always known the month before. So my work income, I made $5,134.44. This stays consistent until I get my raise, and this is also pre-tax. Every single number here is pre-tax, and that's what these numbers are calculating on the right. Business income, I made $1,258.91, as I just shared. Other income, $518.55. You can see a little quick breakdown here, a lot of credit card rewards, some cash from somebody actually. So this number I am also always trying to increase. Again, if you're interested in where these numbers came from, then stay tuned for my online and extra income video. So that's my total actual income, and then I did pull from sinking funds quite a bit actually. And you can see $113 from gifts. You'll see where that came from in just a moment. $1,500 from my emergency fund, $83 from car maintenance. So let's get into it. For my expenses, I do have to pay quarterly estimated taxes from all of my income. So I budget for that and just save it. And I budgeted $1,200, but ended up going a little bit over and just saved $1,211. For sinking funds, $721. So this includes what I typically put toward my emergency fund, but because I mentioned up here, I pulled $1,500 from my emergency fund, I pulled $1,500 and then I put $1,075 back into it on the last day of the month. So that's how I ended up with this $721 figure. My goal is still to reach $6,000 saved in my emergency fund by the end of the year, so I recognize that I need to put $1,075 in October, November, and December, and I will still hit that goal. So I'm really hoping to not touch that the next 2 months. My Roth IRA, I did contribute $150 all into VTSAX. I donated $50. Rent, trash, and my pest fee is $1,411. Renter's insurance, always $1,383. Wi-Fi, $55 with Google Fiber. Electricity, well below budget, $56.25, so $13.75 under budget. Water and sewage, I know the month before, so that one was at $33.58, which is pretty good. Groceries, this one's bad, y'all. Like, I can't even tell you what happened. Let me just show you first. So I budgeted $325 as I typically do, and I spent $594.35. So $269.35 over budget. You can see the breakdown here. I don't know. I truly don't know. I know I bought some stuff for Thanksgiving. I know that I bought extra because my sister ended up having people over on her birthday toward the end of the month, and I split that with her. $91.78. I remember I did buy some beauty stuff, so some of this isn't all groceries. I had bought some lotion, which was quite expensive, like over $10. It's a lotion I always buy at Sprouts, and it was supposed to be 20% off, but I forgot to scan my app, or I didn't even realize I had to scan the app. I thought the discount was automatic. So that was a little bit more expensive than I expected it to. But truly, I don't know where these things come from. Like, you can see random, I have all the receipts. I could go back and look, but really the money's spent. But you can see I made legitimate trips, like $81.32, but then there's like $8.95, $8, $13.35, $7.19. Yeah, October was crazy. So hopefully, we're gonna work on that in November. Food out was another bad one. October wasn't good, y'all. $88.31, so $58.31 over budget because I only budgeted $30. I did pay for food for myself and one other person. What else is here? $7.44. I don't know what that is. $7.44. $19 was some fast food Indian food. $14.87 was Jenny's ice cream for myself and my boyfriend. $2, the $1, that was coffee. Like I can get free coffee at my apartment complex, but I just feel obligated to tip, so I just give like $1 each time. So yeah, that's the small amounts. And then I have like a minus because my boyfriend had paid me a part of his meal. So over budget again, and I'm really trying not to go out to eat in November because I've been having more health issues, and also like Thanksgiving is coming up, so I don't want to eat bad for all of November and then have Thanksgiving. So yeah, that happened. Gas for my car, Went over budget here, $73.19. I got gas twice, and you can see how much I paid. This really isn't in my control unless I could stop the amount of gas filling up, but I'm not gonna do that. Like, I just let it fill up the whole tank. Student loan savings, I wanted to do about $400, $500 so I could hit $10,000 total, and I did more than that, $924.06, which is good. Life insurance policy, if you've been watching my Transfer Tuesdays, you know that this is now zero, and this is now out of my budget because I did cancel it. They did not pull this $90 out, and this comes into play in just a moment. Health and beauty, this number is wild. I have not seen this number, oh, well, maybe I have earlier in the year, but it was bad. So I budgeted $650 and spent $2,029.23. A lot of this was, there were a couple of co-payments, possibly some, did I get any prescriptions? I don't know. I know I had purchased like medical things. I did pay for acupuncture, so I paid for 12 sessions of acupuncture, which was over $1,000, like over $1,100. I did buy some like medication, supplements, and also some Chinese herbs that were prescribed to me. A lot of it's really expensive. Oh, this was a return. I ordered something with an ingredient in it that I do not consume, and so I returned that, but actually I didn't even have to return it. They were just like, oh, here's a refund, you can keep it. Yeah, clearly over budget by a lot here. This is just what it is. October was rough for me, and we're figuring things out. Phone, $40. Dogs, I budgeted $400, ended up at $465, so not too far over budget, 65 over. Business, I budgeted $12, that was $12, thank goodness. Gifts, I budgeted $100, went a little bit over to $112.68, and that's where that $113 came from my sinking fund. So I do have a gift sinking fund that always comes through when I need it, so that was replenished. Car maintenance, I budgeted $150. It ended up only being $82.74 for my oil change and just like multi-point inspection, tire rotation, etc. $67.26 under budget, and I also pulled that $83 from my car maintenance sinking fund. And I'll update on all my sinking funds in just a moment, as usual. Now we have a few things here that I did not expect. So Netflix, I actually did know I was gonna get this in October because a couple of shows I wanted to watch, and I just completely forgot to put it in my budget. So I did sign up for Netflix. That was $13.99, and that's going to be what I'll be paying going forward. Personal, like I said, I did not want to spend. I'm trying to do a no spend 6 months, but that's kind of just not happening now. I aborted that, and I spent quite a bit, $226.45. I will talk about this more in I'm gonna be filming a life update / money update, which all of this will kind of make more sense, but I did buy some clothes. What else did I buy that was personal? Like $646, I think it was a notebook maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I can't even remember, honestly. I would need to look at my credit card statements, but clearly too much on personal. Not what I wanted to do. Do I regret it? Not really, so it's okay. And I did end up saving that amount of money too, because if anything that I spend on personal, I also need to save for my student loans. So that's good, but definitely would have been a lot further had I not done that. So parking, $4. This was for a doctor visit. It's at a hospital, so they have you have to pay for parking there, unfortunately. Project Zero to Profit, I just uploaded a video on this on Thursday. So if you are interested in what this is all about, then be sure to check that out. It's kind of been a fun thing for me to start. That was $28. So this is coming from the money that I earned from that initially. If you watch the video, it makes sense. So technically this isn't coming from just like my own income, but yeah, I spent $28 on stuff for that. Home, I didn't know where to put this, so I spent $7.55 on a broom. I don't have a broom, I have a vacuum, but I have a balcony that needed to be cleaned off, and so I needed like some sort of larger thing to sweep everything off, so I went to Home Goods and bought a broom. I probably could have put this under like groceries or something, but I don't know, I figured I would just put it there. M1 Invest in VTI, if you've been watching my Transfer Tuesdays, you know about this. So this is that $90 from my life insurance. It's now getting invested every month. And so that's here. This is now in my budget if you watch my recent budget video. And finally, Coinbase, because I did decide to open Coinbase in October, and I will be investing just like $10 each month, and that's what I did in October. I will put both of my links down below for Coinbase and M1 Finance. You can get some free Bitcoin or some cash after you invest $100 for each of those. So I'll have those linked down below with the details. And that is it for October. And you can see it was a very high spend month, $8,503.21, but excluding my debt and savings, almost $5,500, which is just unacceptable. You can see here I had some money left over, so I do have money that rolls over from the previous month sometimes, usually not much because I do like a zero-based budget, but also I pulled from my emergency fund a little bit more than I needed. So that's just going back into my emergency fund or just rolling forward into everything else. Sometimes I have bad months, and October happened to be one of those. I'm not gonna like beat myself up about it. A lot of it I did not have control over, or it was just things that I decided were worth the expense, like with my health. So it is what it is, but that is my October. Now let's go ahead and get into the fun numbers. There's still some good news, so let's get into that. So this is my yearly tracker. If you go to that link down below with this spreadsheet, this will also be there, and it explains how to use each thing. But basically, this blue section is where you put the amount that you actually saved, and then this teal section is the total savings and investments that you have at the end of the month. So we're gonna start with my sinking funds, and that's gonna start with taxes at $2,403.07. This money isn't technically mine because I do have to pay quarterly estimated taxes, but that will be gone in January. My emergency fund should be a lot higher, but it ended at $3,852.76 because, like I said, I pulled out quite a bit, but then I replenished it a little bit. Gifts sitting at $423.38. So that one did go down because I pulled over 100. Travel is going up, $184.33. I don't know when I'll use that, but I'm gonna try to save as much as possible for a good trip. Car maintenance, $1,039.07. So that's still a pretty solid amount, but I did pull a little bit from that, as you saw. Car insurance, I save about $90. I save $90 every month, so $180.20. That will be for my 6-month premium. Medical and dental, I didn't put anything toward, but finally the interest made it move 1 cent up to $1. I'll need to do something with this eventually. I don't know. I'll turn it into another sinking fund, or hopefully I get to the point where I can start saving for medical and dental again. Okay, so this sinking fund used to be FinCon, this $1.19, but now I've made it $0 to profit. If you watch that video, it will make more sense, but that is now at $14.01 because I put in 14 for that. My Macbook savings, so this is saving up for a new MacBook. I don't need one. I have this one. I've had it for years. It's a 2014 MacBook, and I just noticed some problems with it, so I've been saving for it just in case. And now that's at $601.42. My phone, this is a sinking fund for my phone, and so that I can purchase a new phone eventually and pay it in full. Again, no rush on that one. That's at $422.14. I'll probably just need to save for a few more months and I'll be good on that one. M1 spend for my student loans, this is what I just told you, $10,557.36 saved for my student loan debt in M1 Finance. Then we get into investing. So you can see my savings went up quite a bit, almost $13,000. $13,000, I wish. Almost $3,000 over the last month, which is good. Clearly a big portion of that is my taxes, which isn't very exciting, but it still counts. Roth IRA did go up a solid amount, so we are now at $8,538.39. So I only contributed my $150, but because of the growth in the market, it went up over $500. And then M1 Invest, I did add just that $90. I had some referrals go through, so that one is at $3,000. $695.05. And then I did add Coinbase, which is very exciting. And I only put in $10, but that ended up at $56.94, which is beautiful. So $12,290 invested. And again, it's like up another 1,000 in the month, which is very cool to see because I had just hit 10,000 back in August. So to just see it going up by 1,000 each month is really promising. And I just cannot wait for the day that I can start investing more heavily. I'm really looking forward to that. But if we scroll down, this yellow section is my net worth. And I do like to also include my checking account on the final day of the month, and that was about $2,600. You can see a lot lower than previous months because I used more. And my net worth is so close to zero. Like I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it in November for sure. negative $1,430.88. So yeah, we just have 1,400 to go and I'm going to hit zero. And hopefully from there, we will keep it positive. That's gonna be the day. That day where I hit zero, which I'm pretty sure will be the month of November, is very exciting. And I love this. Like, it did go down last month and then it's way back up again. So love that. The final thing to update on is my Vantage score, which is through Credit Karma. It did go up 1 point to 767. It didn't say why. It's just one of those movements that it did. So 1 point up, which is good. I don't really need my credit score right now, and I do prefer to track my Vantage score just because I always log on to Credit Karma. It's just easier than looking at my bank account, but my FICO score is quite similar. Yeah, overall, even though October was a very high spend month, getting to this net worth is pretty insane. And it just makes me more and more excited to keep doing this and to just keep working at it. So don't give up, y'all. Okay, but that is my month of October. I know I keep saying this, but I will be doing an update video, and that will shed a lot of insight into what's been going on and just give a lot more information about my life and my finances at the moment. But overall, I'm still happy with my finances. I still feel pretty good about it considering all things, and I am still proud of myself even though I broke my no spend rule and had to spend a lot more money than I expected. I'm just very grateful to be in a place where I am still okay. I have that emergency fund. I have all those sinking funds. I can pay my bills. I'm not paycheck to paycheck. There's just so much to be grateful for, and all of this started from a really negative place, and to be here and to, you know, me having to spend that amount of money 4 years ago, I would have been overdrafting my account. So to be here now is amazing. Of course, I couldn't do a lot of this without y'all, so thank you so much. Please comment down below how your October went, or if you want to share your November goals, anything of that sort. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.